Hey, how's everybody doing? Hope we're all getting started reasonably well. I wanted to do a video a little bit about the writing quiz because I feel like that's a little bit new, and I'm doing this for both my 115 class and my 140 class. We're looking at the 115 Eagle Online right now, but both are very similar, and I think I could get them both done with one video. So I guess the writing quiz, the first thing I'd like to say is, yeah, I know it's a little different than what your math quizzes have been in the past. And it's really about that. I really believe that a path to understanding math is to be able to look at it in terms of our natural language, which, we're going to assume is English, um, and interpreting things in terms of their units. So it's being able to use English and interpret things using units. Those are extremely important. And that's why we have these writing quizzes, and the activities have similar sorts of interpretation answers, and so will some of the exams. All right. Before we get into the quiz and what the answer looks like, I do want to say make sure you're staying up to date with your homework. That is probably the most important part of the learning process in this class. Homework and activities are the most important part. Also, honestly, taking exams because they're good. They're a good learning experience as well. But stay on top of the homework. Don't leave it all till the end, and let me know if you have any questions. All right, and I want to remind everyone, I'm, I'm, I'm pretty soft when it comes to deadlines. Please just let me know if you need extra time on something. I'm happy to do it. But on the other hand, I don't want you to fall. I worry about falling too far behind and not being able to catch up, especially in this summer class. It moves very quickly. I'm aware of that, but unfortunately, this is the amount of time we have together. All right, so just get in touch with me. I can meet you on campus. I can meet you virtually. I can make videos going over how to do problems. You just let me know what you need and how I could help you. But I can't help unless you ask questions, and you're not going to know which questions to ask unless you get into working on your homework stuff. All right? All right, so let's see here. The writing quiz, those are a little different than the ones in Edfinity. They're here in Eagle Online, and there's going to be two or three of those. But you go to quizzes there in the bar, and then mine, I think I already started it by accident because I was just looking around, and you click on that, and this would say start quiz for you. Notice the time allowed is unlimited, but I give you estimated about 20 minutes. All right, I'll do the same for exams. There is no strict time limit, but I look, things are not open. The no time limit doesn't mean you should get 100% on everything. All right, it's because I don't want you working day and night on these things. We can't afford to give up. Our lives are quite important. We gotta budget what time we have to spend. All right, so you're gonna hit this continue quiz, and I'm just gonna go over this first one because it's one that both the 115 students and the Math 140 students have. So here, we look at the question. My t-shirt business has to pay $900 to keep the factory door open for a day. The materials and labor for each shirt cost me $7. I could sell each shirt for $25. This would mean my cost, revenue, and profit function are given by these functions: C of x 7x plus 900, R of x is 25 times x, and the profit is then 18x minus 900. So now it asks me in a complete sentence, including units, to restate the break-even point is 50, comma 1250. All right. Now I'm not asking you how to find it in these questions. Those you could do. That's the type of stuff you do on your homework. Um, uh, but I'm asking you to interpret. I want you to really understand, what does it mean, the break-even point. What this is saying to me is, and there's lots of ways to do it, but I'm looking for a full sentence here. What is this saying? This says the break-even point is 50. It says if I sell 50 t-shirts, and there, notice that's the units, the units of my x values, t-shirts, right? The number of t-shirts. If I sell 50 t-shirts, then the cost and revenue will be I forgot my units. This is $1,250. Or sorry, $1,250. Right, see, there's my units there, and it's where both the cost and revenue equal that. And symbols that say C of 50 equals R of 50 is equal to 1250. And you could add if you wanted. Something like this. This says, yeah, I won't use the fancy thus, and you guys aren't used to that. This says that we would make a profit of $0 if we sell 50 t-shirts. Okay. So that's how I would do the first one. Hopefully this clears up what I'm not looking for you to tell me, how I would find these things that I'd set C of x equal to R of x. It's just telling me, that's what this first sentence tells me here, right? For question 2, here, again, it says, this question 2, by the way, my 140 students, you're not going to see this because we don't do the systems of equations. But it's not asking you to solve the problem. It does say once you solve the problem on your own. You don't need to turn that in or anything. And but it's saying, what does it say? How define the variables. So here, for instance, what is that saying? We'd say, well, we're going to let X be the dollars borrowed at 8% interest rate, Y be the dollars borrowed at 9%, and so on and so forth. So hopefully, I don't want to see. Don't describe how you're going to solve it. That's all I'm looking for is defining your variables, right, with the units. I can't express enough how even in my higher level classes that I teach, units are very, very important for understanding what's going on. Okay, and I'll let you do the for this third one, or the second one if you're in 140, is interpret the slope of this line, use the units. Think about that. This is a linear regression, something you think about you got from some regression model, and you want to interpret it. Well, what I want you to do is think about the units of the slope. Since it's the change in y over the change in x, the units are the y, or the change in y over the change in t in this case. The units are going to be the units of the y, or d, and over the units, the time units, which is years. Okay, but I'll let you sort that out, and also if you check out my linear regression video, the example, I think tells you how to interpret slope and stuff in the context of the problem. All right, I hope this helps, and please let me know if you have any questions. Have a great weekend.